Hello everybody, my name is Anju, Esther, Balakrishnan. I'm a legal intern of LEXIS and Company, and today I'm here to talk about the Gambling Act or the Indian Gaming Act of 1867. So before that, let me tell you, welcome back to the channel and thank you for visiting the channel. I hope you're enjoying the videos uploaded in it. Now let's go back to our topic, the Gambling Act. Gambling and betting are two things that we might have heard or seen quite a few times in our life, at least in movies, if you're not seen in real life. I haven't seen the game in real life, but I've definitely seen the game in movies, and it's definitely an illegal act, but it's still showcased in movies. And betting is something that we might have done, at least with our friends. We might have bet something for at least a chocolate. I have done it quite a few times. And if you haven't done it, it's a good thing because betting is also considered illegal. Now, anyway, let's go back to the act. The Gambling Act is considered to be the principal gambling law or the core law, which is followed by different states within the nation. However, there were some states that decided they did not want to follow the principal legislations. They want to make their own gambling legislations in order for their own jurisdictions. Their own legislations will be followed in their own jurisdictions. So, different gambling legislations were also made for different states. These legislations were made before this new system of virtual and online gambling occurred. It actually was created during the time where gambling was done in physical locations where your physical presence was needed, and not made when during this new generation period when online and virtual gambling can occur, where you don't even have to see the person with who you're gambling with. You don't have to go to the place. You don't have to virtually communicate. You can do everything online. It was not during this time. It was during the period when it was done physically. We must understand that gambling, despite being a very popular game, is not something that our Indian courts or our nation is quite nice towards. I mean, our courts are particularly hostile towards the act. Hostile is too much of a word, but then it would be a good word to use towards, because gambling is an act that is not at all encouraged by our courts. Our courts believe that this game is a game of chance and probability and does not support the act at all. And with the exception of Goa and Sikkim, all the other states do not support the act at all and consider it illegal and has the legislations in order to provide punishments for the same. As times have changed, the legislations have had modifications. We know that there are always amendments made in the constitution, amendments made in different legislations. In the same way, India also has implemented or continues to implement rules as the time changes with respective to gambling or to laws related to gambling. However, there are several states such as Goa and Sikkim that have their own gaming laws. Goa, Daman and Diu, Sikkim have made gambling legal. And Goa considers gambling to be a legal act because I believe it's because of their system. Gambling centers or clubs or the gaming centers related to gambling or betting are quite prominent in those places. Casinos, to be more specific, are quite prominent in Goa. Thus, they consider to be legal, and there are some laws related to it that tries to keep it on hold, but it's still considered to be legal in that areas. We have to understand that the term gambling is not actually defined within the gambling legislations. However, in the dictionary, you can definitely find a definition, and in the dictionary, it is considered to be betting on anything or taking a chance. Basically, you bet on anything for some sort of consideration, or you take a chance upon anything for some sort of consideration. The acts that are prohibited from, or the things that are prohibited from gambling under the gambling legislation is betting on a horse race, game of skills, as well as lotteries are considered to be prohibited under the gambling legislations. So, gambling is a game that has existed since a long time ago. Even though if there was no definite name known as gambling, it was definitely there during the previous times. We can see in olden movies, we can see elderly people or not elderly people, but people gathering around, sitting together, playing cards for monies or betting things for monies, or doing such sort of games where they sit together in a round circle. So you can see there was definitely a game that existed during previous times, and it was something that is understood both in contemporary as well as traditional forms. And though gambling traditionally began with physical spaces, as I mentioned, at the present time, it is something that's incorporated within the laptops, cell phones, as well as internet, and is connected to various devices, and people can be connected in different parts of the world. Basically, gambling is considered to be a game of skill. However, though it's considered to be a game of skill, it's still considered to be one, and though it's considered to be illegal, it's still considered to be a game which requires lots of expertise, eloquence, primary determination of victory. There's some sort of brain knowledge essential for the game. So it's a game of skill and chance, as I mentioned. And though it's an illegal act, it definitely has its own, what do you say, good points? No, not good points, but you definitely need some sort of brain. So the people who are gambling cannot be considered losers at all. They definitely have the brain and the expertise or the eloquence needed for in order to gamble. But however, whatsoever, gambling and betting is still considered to be illegal in India, and there will be punishments, or there will be, what do you say, measures taken, if you are found caught gambling. So I hope that you could understand what the Gambling Act is, how it was formed, and when it was formed, and the different things related to the act. If you liked the video, please press the like and subscribe button in order to get more law related videos in the upcoming days. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for visiting the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you once again.